I just want to start off with a quick apology to Ross and Travis and Corey. Um, I wanted to address the serious subject on my son's passing and be able to talk about it more at length and how it does coincide with the release of the Slipknot song. And we'll talk about that more in depth, but I'm going to give you a little taste of me and Travis's history. We had a rocky past because he just, I don't know, let's just say, he just hasn't smoked enough marijuana, but there's some things I need to say to address the subject of heroin overdose and
Montel Williams has the MS, and he smokes weed because he says it cures it. It's a medical reason. It's a holiday in Boulder, Colorado. Ray, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I just kind of take offense to what you said about Montel Williams. I have multiple sclerosis.
No, I wasn't ripping on him for it. I don't have a problem that he's doing it.
Reverend Ray Green, I call in. I looked a show on thewineamplify.com called Green Station. I have multiple sclerosis. Okay, and I take offense. It's not curing, it's treating.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with you. I never once was thinking. I don't have a problem with it.
Ray, hold on for a second. Ray, will you stop for just a second? You're talking to somebody right now whose mother has MS, who has dealt with this for his entire life. Hold on. Who?
38 years old.
Okay.
But what did I say that was negative about?
Well, you said that he thinks it cures the MS.
No, I made it for medical reasons. So I said something stupid.
But Travis Justice, you're a drunk, okay? And cannabis is life for a lot of people. And just quit making fun of people and force one, okay?
All right. Well,
there's where the legend grew.
Okay. I learned that I'm drunk today.
You admitted that.
Looking at a status question, but I know I've been on hiatus, and Ross and and Travis knows when I lost my son to a heroin overdose. I'm fucking sorry. So about the bad words. All right, and all right. Thanks a lot.
It's weed and baked chicken. There are some people right now who want to say I'm not surprised. We know. And I know there's a lot of people that are saying but he runs down, didn't he? Well, you see the staff with the weed and baked chicken.
Yeah, I fucked up. To say the least.
Chicken's good. And so it's my chicken. That's very good music. You can't say that. I think it's probably chicken. Yeah, so I think it's looking good. That's the market there. You said finger licking. That's the finger looking good. Well, there's too many participants in smoking. You need fried chicken with meat. I think you should bake. You fried. You bake. Oh, okay. Well, it's super bad. Very low, but if you do it, I bounce back. Fried chicken with meat.
Following things up, I want to read you a quote. It's from my son's Twitter, Joseph Lakers. It's just like his quote. Stop the lies and the greed, and know it is only a choice between fear and love. Let's just say I actually had one of those situations the other day. I was scared to talk to somebody because I didn't want to address the situation about Joey's passing. And as I mentioned, there was a very prominent girl around the same age as Joey. Charles Gavis was her grandfather, Charles Gavis Ford. And she died of a heroin overdose about 3 days before Joey back in Iowa. They didn't know each other, so to say, but mutual associations, you know, at that age group and with that drug. Sad to say, my daughter and her friends had associations with her, and that's how I knew about it. But I didn't find out the exact date until after Joey's passing on the 21st. And his using heroin and using drugs like that were never used openly in my presence. I never approved of any of that. But here's what I gotta say. Anybody that's struggling with that, just pray for them that they'll stop. Because me and Joey had many discussions at length to what he needed to do to set his life forward. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're gonna look at me, everybody looks at me like, oh, you're a fucking tweaker and everything. Yeah, there's the F-bombs, but this is my video. I gave up all those street drugs because they weren't healthy for me and they were doing nothing for my family 14 and some years ago. And I tried to use myself as an example by straightening my ass out so my kids wouldn't, you know, follow that path. But as I discussed with Joey many a times, being smarter than the drug meaning smart enough not to do it. And growing up in an environment, I had come across people using intravenous drugs, and it just wasn't for me, and it never appealed to me. And it just, you know, people say I set up an example. Yeah, look at me, and what, you know, and this and that. You know, just not necessarily pray for the people in your life that may be struggling with drug addiction or heroin addiction, especially heroin addiction, because that, you know, that heroin and coke use and abuse and alcohol and things like that, those drugs will kill you, some of them instantly. There's just a lot of young kids dying from heroin, and I never used it. I never stuck a needle in my arm other than tattoo needles. So yeah, when I fucking was a crackhead, it was called freebase. I'm a fucking drug addict. You know, if that makes anybody feel any better, that, you know, so what? You know, I guess I can't change that. Not so what? It's just that I can't change that. I can only be a better person tomorrow and not be a drug addict. And you're like, oh, you're smoking your marijuana vapor cigarette. It's calm. Travis, this is called calm. You get some serious clouds with this pen. But that's the thing about marijuana. It is separate than all other substances. And listen to the replay. Doesn't sound too bad going through there. I'm very sorry. I should have told Corey. I was on the phone with him for a couple minutes. Look at that. The Hawkeyes fire for ends. So here's the deal. Yeah. If somebody chooses not to continue down a path of destruction, there's no doubt that, you know, the result is going to be that. And if you told somebody, here's the thing is, people thought I wasn't even going to live till I was 25, or been in prison when I was 21, 22 years old. You know, if I would have dropped dead back when I was 21, 22 years old, for many of things, somebody could have killed me. Shit I was running with. And not to mention the cocaine I ingested. So I could have, we had some serious discussions. Joey was he wanted to go to Rhode Island and take up this job with this guy, and I was trying to tell him how serious it was, that he needed to try and figure something out, because me and him weren't always going to be living together. And I went to Denver for a couple days, and it was no big deal for me and him to be separate. He had his own cell phone. We stayed in good contact, and it was just that we just went to Iowa, just came back, been back about 10 days. And I made plans to go to Denver. I told him I was going, no big deal. He had food. And I came back, called him the whole next day, trying to let him know what time I was getting back. And my worst fears happened when I walked into my apartment. And he was laying down on the floor with a needle in his arm. Well, actually, he was sitting in the stool, and the lights were all off. And there's going to be more to the story when I do this poem. I wrote a poem about what I encountered when I got home. And again, yeah, looking at me, and knowing me, who knew, of course the result was going to be a heroin overdose, because his dad was such a fucking heroin junkie. Yeah. All them heroin junkie friends I have, all the people I know that fucking do heroin. This resonates with, it does resonate with the Slipknot release, because Joey met a couple of guys from Slipknot. He didn't do heroin with them or anything like that, but he met them as idolized them and stuff. And I got introduced to a member of Slipknot, and Joey got to, go to the studio and stuff with them. And again, it's just very monumental that, Paul Gray died of a heroin overdose, and nobody could help him because he chose not to quit. It was up to Joey to choose not to. And just like me, back when I was younger. But at the same time, I was thousands of miles from my parents. So it does hurt all the way around, and I cry every day. But I cry less and less and smile when I think about all the good things and all the good times. And there were many. So as I told Ross, I don't know if you got that text, but did you see your kid today? Just give him a hug. Tell him that you love him. And I'll try and get this video out so you guys can see it, because I'm probably not gonna. I'm gonna be just going back into tweet status. I think that's probably best. And then if I call in, we're gonna have that screen, or definitely have me on a 10-second delay. I mean, put me in a radio studio, or put me on the floor of a call center. Wow. Put me in my apartment or put me in my house. I feel like I'm just talking to my friend, so. Oh, and we chopped up the plant too. The plant that I started last summer, that grew all the way. So, I got a few pictures of that. It's drying. Didn't turn out that much, but it was symbolic. So remember, stop the lies and the greed, and know it's only a choice between fear and love. Rest in peace, Joseph Raymond Lectors. This will be the first of a couple videos I'm putting together. Thank you.